What is going on, cryptocurrency investors? My name is Landon. Welcome to Cryptoreviewcentral. On this channel, you can find daily cryptocurrency videos that cover a whole wide range of topics. This channel is evolving into a more advanced look at the markets, including fundamental analysis, as well as anything that's trending in this space. We're constantly having a look at this diverse cryptocurrency market and its respective prices, and always speculating on what the future might have. Where will all of this end up? It's anyone's guess right now. Rather than pitting this space against the behemoth that is fiat currencies and trying to be a better version of that, I truly believe that this industry is headed towards industry-specific solutions to long-standing chronic issues that traditional infrastructure has not yet adequately addressed. With that being said, today we are looking at Bitcoin and other trending cryptocurrency news to bring everyone up to speed, because it's been a few days since I've uploaded to this channel. Like I said, this channel is focusing on longer, more dense videos 3 to 5 times a week rather than a daily video that I have been doing. Today we'll cover some of the trending stories along with some Bitcoin predictions that seem to be recurring in the media. Starting with a report that the CBOE is set to launch Ethereum Futures by the end of 2018. CBOE Global Markets, owner of the Chicago Board Operations Exchange, is looking to launch futures for Ethereum. They will base these Ethereum futures on Gemini's underlying market. The operator also has Bitcoin futures on the New York-based crypto exchange run by the Winklevoss twins, that being Gemini. The CBOE launched its Bitcoin futures trading in December of 2017. For those that aren't familiar, I have gone into this in the past. Futures represent an agreement to buy and sell an asset on a specific future date at a specific price, and enable investors to speculate on the Bitcoin price without actually having to own any Bitcoin themselves. Bitcoin futures are not just for physical assets, they can be traded on financial assets as well. It's also mentioned that the SEC's decision on whether Ethereum is a security or not weighs heavily on the final decision to put forth Ethereum futures contracts. The Securities and Exchange Commission said in June that Ethereum was not a security. The CBOE Global Markets president said that this announcement clears a key stumbling block for Ether futures, the case for which we've been considering since we launched the first Bitcoin futures in December of 2017. Bitcoin futures trading has been incredibly successful, and reports show that the volume has increased 93% in the second quarter compared to the first quarter of this year. The CME also stated that the rate of open interest, or the number of open contracts on Bitcoin futures, has exceeded 2,400, which was a 58% increase in quarter one. The CME also launched Bitcoin futures trading in December of 2017, shortly following the launch of Bitcoin futures by the CBOE. Later in July, the CME CEO Terry Duffy said that the company is not going to introduce futures on cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin in the near future, citing their volatility as the major reason. Bitcoin futures by both the CME and the CBOE group remains a prevalent part of the entire cryptocurrency space, and that is only increasing as time goes on. Ethereum futures contracts would do the same thing for the market cap of Ethereum as it has for the overall market cap of Bitcoin, and overall be a positive driving force regarding market cap and overall financial sector exposure to cryptocurrencies. I don't think it can be argued anymore that mainstream companies are not going to adopt cryptocurrencies, either for their own use or participating in the trading of different crypto assets. This space continues to permeate a variety of industries, including trading gurus and big firms from around the globe. The close of this year, that being 2018, will be as exciting as it's largely expected to be, in my opinion, and should be another banger. The future remains quite bright for all of the assets in this space, and the content remains both as fascinating and as entertaining as it always has been, and promises to continue in the same fashion. Moving on, we have an article, or a number of articles, discussing the price of Bitcoin and some technicals, citing Stratis Group, which is a research firm that is making bold predictions for not only Bitcoin but the entire crypto market. The report takes a deep dive into market valuation of the top assets in this space. And their report has revealed that in order to support economic activities, the crypto markets have to expand to the $3.6 trillion mark by 2028. The fundamental value will be derived from store of value use cases, while over 90% of the value will stem from penetration to offshore deposits in the next decade. In the next 5 years, they reveal that they think Bitcoin will hit $96,000. Meanwhile, Monero will climb to $18,000 and Decred will go to $535. Bitcoin Cash will drop to $268 and a huge hit to XRP at 1 cent, while explaining that most other utility application specific networks will hold very little value. According to their estimated value of top crypto assets, winners are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, and Dash, whereas XRP, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar, and Cardano are going down in the long term, according to Stratis Group. The price hike of different cryptocurrencies is reflected in this chart here, showing some pretty gory estimated years: 1, 3, 5, and 10. Coininsider has a more detailed article on the matter, reminding us that it was Stratis Group who outed over 81% of ICOs as scams, a statistic that is widely used to this day and has no doubt gone through its grapevine of changes as it passes through DMs and forums. But it definitely brings some legitimacy to these new numbers that Stratis Group has released, as their previous numbers have proven their honest reporting. A number of other popular media publications have picked up this story, which originates from this scholarly publication from Stratis Group themselves. Outlined in this research report, they predict Bitcoin and Monero will be the biggest winners 5 years from now, outlining that while Bitcoin will retain some of its dominance as the preeminent cryptocurrency, it will eventually climb to $96,000. Monero will eventually score first place with a climb to $18K in the same time period. Interestingly, the firm predicts that Ripple is to face a 97% decline, falling to just 1 cent, while Cardano and a number of other altcoins like Stellar will face a similar drop-off. Fast forwarding to a 10-year evaluation, the firm predicts that Bitcoin will eventually reach values of just under 150,000, while Monero could grow to almost 40,000. Ripple would fall to less than 1 cent, and Cardano's value would remain constant, while Litecoin is projected to be just above $100 in the next 5 years, and by 10 years be $225. The report says Bitcoin will lead cryptocurrencies into the future, and that Bitcoin will continue to dominate the market. This scholarly article outlines why many cryptocurrency enthusiasts like you or I are on board with this market, trying to either trade our way to long-term wealth or just accumulate a number of assets, or Bitcoin namely, for any big runs that it may have. Many enthusiastic investors have not only been participating in this market for 1 to 2 years, with more coming on board every single day. The numbers are impressive and the growth of this market is astounding. So many assets and so many development teams are working tirelessly on applications that can and will revolutionize their respective industrial applications, and some development teams are even aware that what they're currently working on will be a part of what the future infrastructure is comprised of. Blockchain technology is here to stay and is constantly growing in both size and worldwide mass appeal. The cryptocurrency markets are very far away from mass adoption, and I say this all the time, but we are well on our way. The assets will be developed that will get used simply because they're better, whether it's Ripple replacing Swift, not according to this new report however, or it's Bancor providing local tomato traders the opportunity to run a small business on their blockchain network, or it's VeChain in cold chain logistics. This space is providing long-term, sustainable solutions to chronic issues that traditional infrastructure has yet to adequately address. The revolution of this space continues. Keep fighting that good fight, because we really are on to something big here. Bitcoin is nowhere near its all-time highs. Unlike Amazon or Facebook, those two could still see higher highs, but there's no doubt that Bitcoin does have so much room to grow, and grow it will. Looking at the Bitcoin chart over the past year, we can see this time last year we were spiking actually to 4,800, which was all-time highs for Bitcoin at that time, followed by a slight low period and then that big explosion that happened towards the end of last year. And by mid-December of 2017, $19,500 was hit and became Bitcoin's new all-time high. With the new report by the Stratis Group saying that Bitcoin is going to leave that 19.5 all-time high lie way behind and achieve an entirely new high. In the coming decades, Bitcoin will be jumping not 100% or not even 1000%, but close to double that at 2000%, as per this latest study by Stratis Group. The truth is though, nobody does know the future of Bitcoin. And despite Bitcoin making a $100 move just a few hours ago, clear level of support is at the 6,000 mark, and the major level of resistance is just a little over $7,000 that we are looking to test in the very near future. I'd love to see Bitcoin take a major swing, much like what it experienced halfway through July. That would be another great move, bringing us above 8,500. And then we can start talking 10K again. But until that happens, nobody does quite know what the future holds. So make sure to like this video if you've made it this far, comment something of value, let me know what you think about any of the content, what you think about this new Stratis Group scholarly article that shows this cryptocurrency market is going to balloon in size, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the twist of Monero coming out on top in the next decade. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the white bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of our content. Continue to follow our content on this evolving cryptocurrency space, and thank you once again to the CRC crew for your continued support. I'm not ready to declare this a bull market yet, but we are looking good and sustaining above 6,500. Make sure to do all of your own research, and happy trading everyone, and I'll see you in a couple of days.